MacLeod again. Welcome back to FTB Monster plus Greg Tech plus Galactic Craft. I'm going to get on making a quarry in just a little bit. I want to do a couple of other things first just to catch you up. First thing, I've changed this again. It wasn't quite working as I wanted it to. If you remember, I've got this set to toggle on pulse, and I've got this redstone port set to output below 20%, and I've got that one set to output above 90%. And there was some, possibly when I was restarting the server, it was making it so it wasn't really working correct. So what I've done is I've just added a couple of pulse formers in here from Project Red. So what happens is, rather than this, well, this turns on when it's below 20, but all it does is it just sends a pulse into the redstone port there. So before this was turning on, and I was relying on turning it off right, but depending when the server got booted up, I think it was sometimes coming on in the wrong position. So that's just a little bit more of a fail-safe way of doing it. So whenever the reactor drops below 20, this redstone will turn on, which will pulse that once, which will toggle the reactor on. And then whenever it gets to 90%, this will pulse once and toggle the reactor off. So that's a little safer way of doing it, and it still looks alright as well. So that's the best way I've found up to now of controlling this. It kind of looks right, looks industrially, doesn't it? So that's alright. I've made another Greg Tech machine, Greg Tech Bronze Age. Now I was looking at these, I was going to make them all, but there's no real need for them, if I'm being honest. I know some people wanted me to do a Greg Tech Bronze Age a bit more, but what I've got is I've got the steam compressor, which I had before. What I've made is a steam powered forge hammer. Now I thought this would give me the right amount of plates rather than having to double up, but it actually doesn't. What I've done is, by the way, you can make bronze in induction smelter. 3 copper, 1 tin will get you 4. Whereas if you make bronze any other way, you want to get, if you do bronze the proper Greg Tech way, and this is the kind of thing where it's like, I'm screw this, I ain't doing it like this. But if I look at bronze, 3 copper, 1 tin will get you 1 ingot. So yeah, that's just silly. Why should it be like that? So yeah, if you do it in induction smelter, you get this stuff, Tinker's alloy ingot, which is the equivalent of bronze. It actually works as bronze in the thing over here. So if I wanted to make some bronze plates, which let's make a lot of bronze plates. In fact, let's use half of them as bronze plates. We'll just save half. So you see, it's still taking 2 plates, 2 ingots per plate. So I thought with a forge hammer, I'd actually be getting 1 plate per ingot. So I'd rather just wait and make the plate bender. So that's one Bronze Age machine that I shouldn't really have bothered making. If you look at the rest, so we've got bronze workbench. I'm not sure what the workbench does, or if I've got any need for it. I might make a workbench. See what it does for a smaller project, man, not sure. Coal boiler, we've got the upgraded one, we've got the high pressure one. Steady grinder, that's just going to grind ores, but we're using rotary craft for that. Steam furnace, I've got the upgraded one of them. No, I've not. There's a high pressure steam furnace. So if I wanted one, I'd make that one. But that's just a furnace, so that seems a bit unnecessary as well. Steam smelter, so it looks like a grinder and a furnace combined, I'm guessing. No real need for that. Forge hammer is one that I made. Compressor is what we've got. An extractor, I could possibly need if I was using IC2 rubber and certain other things that you have to extract. I can't think of any stuff from my head, but I know there is some. And then blast furnace to get your fair steel. Well, we're using the rods for blast furnace as well. So that's all the steam. That's all the Bronze Age machines covered. These are just fluid pipes and stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to skip the rest of Bronze Age, and I'll be moving on to proper Greg Tech pretty soon. I do want a grinder and a blast furnace and all stuff like that, so I certainly will be making them. But you see, 32 ingots only got me 16 plates, so it's a little. The forge hammer is a little bit meh as well. So I shall not be using much more of that, just so you know. What else have I done? I made this little setup here for wood again, because the Greg Tech makes it so that you only get 2 planks per oak. I've checked in the grinder here, and 1 log gets you 4. 1 gets 4. Let me grab a log. In fact, screw it. I might as well make all of them into it. So I've set up a little system here. Iron chest, whitelist on there sends oak wood logs into the grinder. The grinder's running off a gasoline engine, of course. That processes into 4 of these sawdust each. So 4 sawdust becomes 1 oak plank. So you're getting 4. It's taking a little bit of power, but we're getting 4 planks per log, which is the usual in it. It's like vanilla. So that's just a way of getting round Greg screwing us over a bit there. So I'm actually getting the right amount. I suppose I could have this feeding straight into an auto crafter instead, and getting all this stuff crafted into planks, which I shall probably do at some point, if I'm being honest. Might as well just feed it into an auto crafter, aren't I, rather than mess about like this. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Yeah, so that's something else I've done. Screw it, I can't be asked. Put the rest in there for now. So that'll process into planks, which can go in there. I've set my little system here so I can turn it off. What that does is that cuts power to the energy cylinder there, so this will gradually drain down the power. If so, I can turn that off if I'm leaving the server running for certain reasons, but there's nothing going in here, there's nothing leaving it on. But now I've got loads of power, so it's not a really big deal. This is working very well. I've also got the same thing under there, by the way. I've got under there. This works really well on this rotary craft. Build craft gate on a structure pipe set to inventory empty, redstone signal, which turns redstone signal triggers the ECU, which turns the engine off. So the engine's only running when there's things in here, and because things are getting put in and out automatically, there'll only ever be things in here when they need to be. Same as this, works very well. So a nice little thing there. So a couple of people mentioned if I'd have set this to fuzzy, I could have all the lead flakes in. I will try that, but there is a couple of different part numbers there. Look, there's 30,900, there's 3888. So it looks like there's only 2. So that should work. I might only have to put 1 or 2 in there. So I will upgrade that bus to a fuzzy at some point. And then what else have I done? Well, I remember someone did ask me I would set this up to get all these. That's not connecting again, weird. I'll show you underneath here really quickly. I have shown this before, but as soon as it was a request on the comments of the last video, let's quickly just break everything around here. Right, now we can see just about everything, I think. Yep. So basically what we've got is 3 Ignis extruders. One of them is set to cobble, which just needs 1 bucket of water, 1 bucket of lava. One of them is set to smooth stone, which needs a constant supply of water and 1 bucket of lava. And one of them is set to obsidian, which needs both a constant supply of water and lava. So under there I've got an ender tank putting lava into this one. Behind here I've got an ender tank and a fluid duct putting water into them 2. So that's getting the right feed. This one of course doesn't need anything. The one that's just doing cobble doesn't need anything. We can cover that bit up again. And then go right onto the front. So this one that's doing cobble is feeding, is outputting both upwards and to the right. So what it'll do is it'll put 1 cobble in there, and it'll put 1 in there, then 1 in there, then 1 in there. So it's filling this barrel, plus it's sending cobble to a pulverizer, which is pulverizing it into sand. The sand is getting output the same. 1 goes up into the barrel, 1 goes right into the redstone furnace. Redstone furnace cooks into glass, glass goes up into the barrel. And the only other thing we've got to worry about is the pulverizer makes a small amount of gravel. Rather than deal with that, I could have put another barrel here and pumped and piped that round. But well, maybe should have actually. But at the minute I'm just trashing it. It's not going to get much in it, is it? But we could do this just to show you the concepts of what I should have probably done. Is if we come upwards, yeah, that's going to do the way to do it, I think. Disconnect there. Let's put this back, and then come across there and there, and now I'll disconnect there as well. I can cover that up, and I can cover all that up. So I've shown you under there. So that's just got, that needs power to the pulverising and the furnace, of course, but not to the rest. And what I can do later on is I can fasten storage buses to this and connect it to the ME network. Now I believe I've got some barrels over here somewhere. There we go. So now rather than binning that excess gravel, the gravel will go in there if we get any more. So I'll take a thing of sand out, I might get a little bit of gravel in there. So yeah, that's all that's set up. Upstairs I've not done a great deal. I'll tell you what I have done though. I've been enchanting stuff a bit more. I've been down and dug some more this black granite up as well. So I've spread the floor out a bit. So I've got that bit there to do. I've got a bit round here to do. That should update again soon. What are you doing? I need to sort these roofs out. They're a bit messy. So in here, what I've done, I've upgraded this to an obsidian barrel, so it can fit 131,000 in if I wanted to. And I enchanted a pickaxe a few times, and I got silk touch, so I stripped silk touch off. And now my main pickaxe here is using silk touch. I was stripping the enchantments off these in the auto disenchanter, and after a few times they do break. So if you see that one, look at the part number, the ID is 2661. This one has been through the auto disenchanter a couple of times. You see it's got a damage figure next to the ID, so you can still break these. It doesn't seem to be taking any damage when you auto disenchant, but it is slowly breaking them. I'm not sure how you repair them, but there we go. So I'm using silk touch rather than fortune on my pick now. I think it's a little bit better. I'm going to put that in here. Not that I think I'll need it, but might as well leave that trash can in here. I'm saving all the enchanted books I don't want so I can make filing cabinets. There's the basic one, but then the advanced one needs 6 of these magical woods, and each of them needs 4 enchanted books. So any enchanted book I don't want, I'm just saving for them for now. So I've got something to do with them. Right, let's get on with making a quarry. Now, I don't really know where to place a quarry. I don't want to put it in the overworld so much. A big important thing from last time, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, we got some GregTech, no we didn't, we got some Galacticraft silicon, which is what's been holding me back. So this silicon's important stuff for making that stuff, I think. Basic wafer, what's that going to? Basic wafer goes into compressor. I've already got one of them. Goes into some stuff. I have to double check on Galacticraft. It's been a while since I've done a bit of it. Now I made a couple of bits of it, and I think I mentioned before, when you break them, they actually turn into compressors. I didn't make them as compressors. I made a coal generator, which we don't actually need anymore because I can just run it straight off the RF. And these guys, I didn't actually make them as compressors. Now they're saying that they need advanced wafers, which I certainly haven't had because I hadn't had any of this raw silicon before. What I actually made was something else completely. I wonder what it was. 24 pages. I'll find that in another way, am I? It was something to do. Oh, it's a circuit fabricator. Yeah. So when I broke a circuit fabricator, which you make pretty straightforwardly, it turned into a compressor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete them 2 compressors, and I'm going to spawn myself a circuit fabricator, because the compressor is actually a more expensive recipe. But yeah, if you place one down and then pick it up, it'll turn from that into that. So a little Galacticraft bug there. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. We've got some silicon, which I know is important for something, but we've only got 2 bits, so we're going to need some more. So let's get on with making a quarry. Now a quarry, because the GregTech gets messed around a bit, we need advanced circuit, some gears and stuff, and a diamond drill. So the diamond drill is going to be the important bit here. We need a couple of titanium plates. So I'm going to need 4 titanium. In fact, I should be able to make that in there. So as the bronze forge hammer doesn't actually make a difference, I might as well make these in here. So 1, 2 of them, and then circuits. We need 2 advanced circuits. So I ain't got any normal circuits yet, have I? What was that? Well, that takes 2 normals. Okay. What's the? Oh, I don't like the look of that. Loads of comparators. Yeah. So let's make a normal circuit. So that uses a iron plate. That should be straightforward enough. And some copper cables, which I might not have the rubber for. Right, I'm just going to take a little bit of time and work out which of these options is the best thing to make. Back in a sec. Okay, so I am back, and I started to work out what circuits I want. I've come across a bit of a problem that I'll get to in just a minute. But first of all, I realised it's the IC2 circuits that I want. So I needed some rubber. You see, I've got 63 rubber in there. So for that, what I've done is I made a couple of tree farms. You can see them up there. Look. So I've added a couple of tree farms to the village. I've not done these on camera because I've done these in my beginner's guide just in the last episode. I've done one of these very similar to this anyway. The one that I did in the beginner's guide is just running off 1 solar panel, whereas this I've got 6 photovoltaic cells there. I call them solar panels, but photovoltaic cells, and underneath them there are a couple of capacitors. So that's just actually getting a bit of stock of power in there. And I've used Ender IO conduits because I can have the power and the items running in the same blocks. And basically that's set to accept saplings. One of these barrels is set to both input and output saplings. One's for the rubber, one's for the logs, and this one is an oak tree farm, so we've got saplings, oak logs and apples in that one. So I've got a source of rubber coming in. I'm just going to jump back in here. I'll just put a little, see that I've got a little cover there, and that stops the water coming in. It's quite nice. So it lets me get back into my base. And I have to drop down like that. It's a little bit ghetto, but it works. So I'm getting oak logs, just an MFR harvester and planter, no upgrades or anything. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're using here for this. So yeah, I'm getting oak logs, which are going to come in handy, and I am getting rubber, which is going to come in very handy. So the plan was to start making the bits for a quarry, and I was working away. I started recording this, and I got to a point where I started looking what the quarry needs in a bit more detail, and so I started looking at quarry. And I was looking at this, and this started to make me think as well. And I thought, oh, quarry plus, it needs a few bits. I might as well turn it straight into a quarry plus. So if you look over here, this little setup I've got here, I've got all the bits ready there to turn this quarry into a quarry plus quarry. So quarry 2 many times then. That takes 32,000 MJ. 32,000 MJ. So that's going to take ages to make that, just with 3 layers anyway. So I've set this, by the way, similar to them again, using a gate and a cobblestone structure pipe. Basically, I've got power coming in into the bottom of that, and I've got power coming out of the side of that to come up and power these. What this is going to do is it's going to have some loss, because this is going to get full of power and they're going to gradually drain, but this is only going to put out power because I've set this to enabled high, and I've set this to work scheduled redstone signal, so this will only let that output power when this has got work. And when it's got work, that means that you actually click something on there. So these things drain power all the time. The more you get, the more the power drains. So I'm going to spread this out, add a few more things to that, speed it up a bit. I might come out a couple of levels and have quite a few of them above there. Again, this will all go into space with me, so I don't want to spend too much time building, making it look nice. So yeah, that's the quarry plus thing that I'm going to get on with. So what I actually get on with is I'll make all these bits and get this bit made, because this is what you need to get enchants onto your quarry. And I'll probably upgrade my pump, which gets water and stuff out of your quarry as well. I've got the golden chipsets made there, ready to make the marker plus, which is what you need to make it a 256 size. So anyway, going back to the quarry, I've got all the gears, I can make the circuits. Now in the diamond drill, I've got diamonds, I've got titanium, I've got the circuit there. The actual mining drill, let's look at the mining drill. There is an RE battery, got one of them. Circuit, that's easy enough. Well, check these out. These are stainless steel. And stainless steel is something I've never seen before, because it wasn't in a previous version of GregTech, I don't think. If we look at stainless steel, you can see we need stainless steel ingots in a plate bending machine, or stainless steel ingots in an extruder. So we need stainless steel ingots basically. And for stainless steel ingots, we need, so the only way to get it, an industrial blast furnace. So I need to start working towards an industrial blast furnace. So I'm going to need a plate bender, I'm going to need an industrial blast furnace, and if we look at what an industrial blast furnace needs, then that needs heating coil, which needs a wire mill, copper nickel heating coils. So I'm going to need a plate bender, a blast furnace and a wire mill. And then for the casings, I've not actually looked at the casings yet, what they're going to need. Casing, in fact it depends on how much heat we need for stainless steel, but we're probably going to need some steel plates and stuff like that. That's just normal steel in there yet, so that's just a lot of steel, so that ain't too bad because of the rotary craft bit. So I'll probably make the entire casing out the reinforced so it's got a bit more heat in it. We certainly can't do that one yet, and I might as well skip that one. So that gets so much heat, and if I remember right, these days you've got to actually put the upgraded coils in to actually expand the heat more. So that again, standard needs Canthal, all kind of stuff going on. And that needs a vacuum freezer, does it? Oh shit. Advanced needs nichrome, which I can actually make in there. Induction smelter, crazy. So I've got a big path to go on anyway. So I'm going to start working towards that. Now, what else we're looking at there? What I'm going to do is, I am going to have a big proper GregTech setup in space when we get there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a mod that I don't always use, but we have got it in the pack, so I might as well use it. I'm just going to use power converters for now. I'm going to use an energy bridge. I'm going to use a MJ. We've actually got an RF one. We have RF consumer and a EU producer, just to power the little bits I need to be able to make a quarry. So I'm going to start setting a few things up off camera. It's going to take me a while, so I'll start making stuff off camera. I need to put a light up there, don't I, so I don't get mobs in here. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay then, I'm back. I've been having no end of fun. I even had a little rage quit for a while. Went and sat downstairs for a bit because I couldn't work out how to make copper nickel, and I eventually worked it out. Right, copper nickel. What do I need that for? Copper nickel. I need it for these copper nickel heating coils, which I'm making a wire mill. So I'm in the process of making a wire mill at a minute. To make them, you can make them in alloy smelter using 1 copper, 1 nickel gets you 2, so that's quite nice. But to make an alloy smelter, you actually need a copper nickel heating coil. So I had to work out another way, and I eventually found out you can pulverize copper and nickel, and you can get some that way. So you only get 3. From 4 you get 3. So I've got some of that stuff. So I've got a bit of that in here. I've got 6 of them. Now I'm in the process of making the actual wire mill. So wire mill is, that needs brass plates, so I'm just in the process of making some brass over here. And for brass you need pulverized copper and zinc dust. You can make this in the alloy smelter as well, but it's a bit more efficient in the, oops, that's not what I want to do at all, idiot. There and there. So you only get 3 in the alloy smelter. You actually get 4 for that, so that's a bit more efficient in the alloy smelter as well. Let me just get rid of that for a minute. What's all that gold off flakes? Lovely. I've been down and about looking for rubies, blocks of ruby, because I'm also going to need an MFE for this. And if we look at the ruby, this stuff, the E-masher, Phil, come on. The E-masher stuff, I'm looking for that because what you can do with that is you can actually pulverize that. One of them you can pulverize. I'm not sure which one it is. It's not the ones I've got though. I've got loads of rubies, but I need to actually macerate them, so I'm going to have to make a macerator as well. And I need them because we turn it into ruby dust, which we use to make energiarium. In normal IT2 that's diamond dust, but in this, in GregTech, it's ruby dust, and we need that to go into these guys. So we need 4 ruby dust each of these. That gets you energy cells, which of course go into your MFE. So MFE, kind of halfway on, we're making that. Now the stainless steel is a problem, I won't lie. Now the main reason why the stainless steel is a problem is because you need to make the stainless steel dust. Right, how many stainless steel do I actually need? I need 5, don't I? So I need 5 of these stainless steel dusts. And you get 9 from, okay, that is alright then. So iron powder, chrome, nickel dust. So that nickel's ferrous, that's easy enough. Manganese and chrome, these 2 are an issue. The thing is, I got a bit of them from a chest. So these do drop us loot. So I've actually got 14 chrome dust and I've got 3 manganese. So without them loots, that I'm pretty sure they came from chest. They didn't come from meteorites, because you don't get chrome ore. So they definitely came from chests. So without that loot, I would not be able to make this. Anyway, the one that I've been up to now is a plate bending machine, so that's good. So yeah, wire mill and macerator are next. I should have some brass in here now then. Got 9 brass, which I need to make most of that into plates. So I need my hammer. It's easy to find it in there actually, there we go. And I've got another issue as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 brass plates. Lets me make my wire mill. So there's our second machine sorted. Of course the MFE is going to need a medium transformer and a low voltage transformer, because these at 32 and the blast furnace takes 128. So I'm going to need transformers for them. Now the other issue I've got is I can't seem to craft any of the transformers, any of the energy consumers for EU. So power. So there's all these. There's low voltage, medium voltage. A producer is just a consumer put back in. So you make a consumer and then you put it back in and then you can change it. But I can't seem to make any of these. I tested it in my single player my little creative single player world, and I could not craft any of these. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to spawn one in and then bin all this stuff. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So that is the pattern there. If you look at LV consumer, is gold plates, MV transformer, and insulated gold cable, which you see that I've got there. Gold plates, MV transformer, and insulated gold cable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them in the trash, bam bam bam, and I'm going to slip into cheat mode, and I'm going to give myself 1 HV consumer, which I should be able to turn into a HV producer. Wonderful. Now I could have made the medium or the low, but I thought I might as well make the high voltage so I can use it again later for other stuff. So what I'm going to do, back in recipe mode, that's good. Now then I want that guy and them guys. I've moved my little water plant across over there, out of the way, because like I said, because this is my temporary earth base, I don't want to spend too much, I don't want too much stuff going on here, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little train of stuff over here. I'm going to have a redstone energy cell. Well, that's going up, of course. And then I want a RF consumer, followed by an energy bridge, followed by the HV producer. Then that's going to get followed by the MFE. So what you see in here is it's filling up with redstone flux 75, 750 RF a tick. So it's got its inventory's full there. So that's 26 RF and 6 EU. Weird. So what I'm going to have to do, I'll make the transformers, and then we can add the bits on. I need to make the bits for the MFE. Oh, it's such a chore, isn't it? And a copper cable can hold 128 EU a tick, so that'll be able to go to both the blast furnace and do the little bits and pieces we need. So that ain't bad. Right then, I'll get on making some more bits, because it's all pretty boring me putting this stuff together. So I'm going to put some more stuff together and I'll be back in a bit again. Okay then, I'm back again with my first two machines. I've got a wire mill, which is going to let me get much more, so free and uninsulated copper for every one of them, which is good. I've got a plate bending machine, so I know I can actually, I put 4 invar in there and I get 4 invar plates, so I'm not losing an ingot every time now. What I'm doing here, I'm making an alloy smelter, and the reason for that will become apparent in a minute. Now, what I actually want to do, I want to start making these things. Now, they need a screwdriver and a soldering iron, and either these rods that are from a lathe, or I can actually make them like that. Oh, I can do them like that. Okay, I don't need them then. So I should actually be using these circuits, and these circuits can become advanced circuits pretty easily. And so confusing. Now, can that be used as a normal advanced circuit? Oh, you're killing me. It can, cool. So right, I cannot make advanced circuits, so I can do it like this. The reason why I need advanced circuits is because if we look at the macerator recipe, the ones that use advanced circuits there, they need this stuff, lazurite dust, or just lazurite dust, yeah. And lazurite dust comes from industrial centrifuge, which I haven't got yet. Industrial centrifuge needs stainless steel again, so I'm back there again. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a load of these copper cables, so I can make a load of copper wire. I'm making some basic copper cable at the minute. Let me have a load of them, please. Thank you. So now back to the alloy smelter. Alloy, that guy, and now I want 4 of these circuits. It's weird how the mods kind of work together in this, but 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I said, I could actually use these basic ones. So that's an integrated circuit, so is that. So why would I use that to make that? Because that already is one. Don't get it. I can use a basic circuit and a soldering lead to get one of them. But I still have to use either one of them or one of them anyway. Bizarre stuff. Why would I make that with that? Because that's got that in it. Don't get it. Unless that's a better one. Yeah. So I'm going to make 4 of these. That's good. And now I can make that guy with 2 of them. And now I can make that guy. I've got my 4 bits of invar plate. And I need to make electric furnace. So I don't seem to be able to make any IC2 machines. It seems like all I can make is the upgraded GregTech ones. So I thought I was ready to make that, but I'm not. What I certainly can make now though is with my bit of copper nickel. I've got my 6 copper nickel here. I can run back over here, and this can go in the wire mill. That'll do. That'll keep us going. That can go in there, and we can make our copper nickel heating coils. So I guess I need to go and make an electric furnace or an automatic e-furnace, which is a circuit and a high pressure steam furnace. That's probably going to be the easiest way to go in it, probably. Who knows? I'll get that made. I'll be back in a bit. But there we go. We can now make, we're going to get 1 for 3. And how many do I need for a blast furnace? I need 4, Christ. So I need to make some more copper nickel. But I'll have the alloy smelter, so it'll be a bit easy to make. Back in a bit. Again. Okay, back again. And these are actually pretty simple to make, these advanced circuits. And these are equivalent to the, if we look at the OR dictionary, they're equivalent to advanced circuits for industrial crafting, most things. So these are ones that I'll be using. I don't have to mess around with that that soldering stuff after all. So they're just normal circuits. So it's 2 normal circuits. Oh, it's a diamond though. It's a bit pricey, but I'm going to end up with a lot of diamonds, so that's not a big deal. So I've been able to macerate up. I made a macerator. Been able to macerate up some ruby dust. So ruby dust becomes ruby dust, and redstone becomes energiarium dust. And then that guy can go in there with the ones that I'd already prepped. And we will be able to make an MFE. Now with these things, just so you know, this thing here is auto eject. This thing here is share power. So what you can do is, unfortunately, they seem to only send things in one direction though. Each of these, see that little square there, if I click this little tap with a wrench, it doesn't work with the wrench. My wrench is in the thing there. See the back, it's got a square on it. I don't actually have to have these cables. I could get these to share power, but I'd have to wrench that square to the side first, I think. So you can either have that as an eject or as... I wonder if you can have it as both. Separate ways. But you can have auto eject on, and you can have power share. So that'd make it share power, that'd make it auto eject. But I think it's through that square, so I don't know if you can have both. I'm not 100% sure, unfortunately. But there we go. We've got our basic machine, so we can make plates. We can make our copper nickel, which I've got some more of them. Oh shit. Well, bollocks. Is that because I made it share power? So it was getting 2 lots of power? Possibly. Don't take my skin then. Oh, we can make all these again now as well. Fuck. Oh, you absolute bastard, Greg. I love you. Back in a bit. Okay then, I've got all my bits bid again. Here's the last thing. The automatic wire mill. Oh man, that was fun. So, I blew up 2 lamps, my pulse former there, some wire, and 3 machines. I left the macerator, which was the, I think it's the most expensive. That's not too bad. I think the problem with that was I turned the power on, so it was getting power in from both the side and the back. I think is what happened there. I'm not 100% sure. A little bit of an issue with the bending machine. If you put more than 8 things in, if you put 9 in, you get a dense plate. So I put a stack of iron in there, it got me a dense plate instead. Now I think what you have to do with that is, see this thing here? See that integrated circuit configuration equals 9. Well, depending where you put the circuit and the screwdriver is how you get the configuration, I believe. So I believe if the circuit's in the middle and the screwdriver's over there, you get it configured to 1. So that's how you make a normal one. See there, that's 1. So look, circuit in the middle, thing over there. So I need to make one of them circuits at some point. At least one of them, just so I can do that. So I think now, we're back where we just was a minute ago. I should be able to make my industrial blast furnace. Industrial blast. Now, I ain't going to make the casing today. I'm going to start the next episode with that, because I'm about done in, to be honest. This has been a bit of a struggle. It's slightly more complicated by the fact I'm working with loads of other mods with it, but it's certainly easier because I'm working with loads of other mods as well, if that makes sense. Now, I've already made some bits for this, I think. Let's see what I'm missing. I'm missing 2 heating cells because I lost 1. So I need to make 2 more of them. I've got my induction furnaces. I need a steel machine hull. No. I just need 1 circuit, it looks like. So circuits, I've run out of copper wire. Yeah, I've run out of copper wire because I had to make the last ones of them snip things. So I'll stick some copper into the wire mill. And then copper nickel. Brass, by the way, I needed zinc for. And zinc I got from some ore in the nether. I can't remember what it was from. But I remember getting some in the previous series. What's it called? So zinc comes from... Oops. Zinc comes from... Zinc flakes, which come from... Sphalerite, there we go. So I got that from sphalerite, which is in the nether. So I got a bit of zinc. That's how I got my brass. Copper nickel, so I need 3, gets me 1, doesn't it? So I need 6 copper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 nickel, which of course is ferrous. I've got 1 there. But I think this gets me 2 at a time, doesn't it? So I think I might actually only need 3. So back over here to our friend the alloy smelter. 1, 2, 3 of them. 3 of them. Makes a lovely noise. I do like mods, I've said it before. I like mods that add a nice noise. So I believe each 3 of these gets me a coil, doesn't it? So now, which machine was that? That was the wire mill, wasn't it? So let's take that out. That'll do for now. Get these coils made. So the actual front of the blast furnace is going to go here. The casings are going to go there. But like I say, the casings I'm going to make next episode because I've had enough for today. I need to go have a rest. So there's one. Cool. We'll make some more of that uninsulated copper cable because that's going to come in handy. So we might as well. I am going to go lay in bed and read. It's only early, it's like 9:30, but a bit of an headache and that, you know what I mean? Right. So we're in there. I need to get that out, make some more of that stuff. Just go get some more rubber soon, I think. Yeah, I do want out of rubber again. My brother farm blocked up. I'd set one of the pipes wrong. Oh, if anyone noticed earlier, by the way, as well, when I set the gravel thing up over there, I forgot to put the back of the thing as an output. So I'll probably get some comments on that if people were sharp-eyed. But I did change it. I did realise. So circuit. I'm making one more circuit eye, and now, yay! I've got an industrial blast furnace. Cool. So you can go in there. You guys can go in there. We'll go place this down. Just there. And this takes 128, which is what the transformer's putting out. You can click on these now, by the way. Check this out. You can redstone step up or fix step down. I've not touched it, I've just left it as it is. So it's safe. And that's flashing red because it ain't got no casings. And if we look inside here, it'll say incomplete machine casing. And it shows you a little pattern there, what you need to make. So we need, it's like a normal railcraft blast furnace size. We put lava in the middle. I checked it on my single player earlier with reinforced casings. We get 2200 degrees total. And for stainless steel, we only need 1700. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad. So for stainless steel, what do we need? 1 chrome, 1 manganese. I say I still don't know how to get manganese. I think I can get it from macerating something. 1 chrome, 1 ferrous. So I'll have to get one of my nickel here. And I think 6 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's quickly stick them in the pulverizer. And then we'll finish off just having made our 9 stainless steel blend. So there's probably some science in there. I know stainless steel is. No, I don't. I don't know all what stainless steel is, to be honest. Steel's carbon iron, isn't it? But it's the right amount of carbon. There we go. 9 stainless steel, and we need to cook that in an industrial blast furnace with a 1700 heat capacity. So I will get the casings made at the start of next episode. We'll get that stainless steel made, which we can then turn into plates in a plate bending machine, and then the plates we can use to make our mining drill. Awesome. Not very awesome, but slightly awesome. So that's going to go in there. We'll leave it in there in case it cocks up and I put the casing in. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Another messy episode. I hope it was entertaining. I'm sure you'll have enjoyed the explosion if nothing else. I've not died for a while, sorry. But I'm getting quite good at staying alive with all these extra mobs now. Thank you for watching. I hope I see you next time. Cheers. Bye.